Speakeasy Fingers. Hey! Bourbon provided tonight by yours truly. Donor bottles provided by Speakeasy Pizza, LLC.
They look
Old Forester bottles, delabeled, but much sturdier and more reliable than the previous iteration.
Yeah, a little more robust.
Yeah, much more robust. Designed for what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, what do we do? Talk about what everybody's been up to, or just get right into it?
Yeah, talk about what everybody's been up to. I mean, I just went out and took a bowl of burger to Matt Judah, and I wish him, a good speedy recovery.
We're missing we are missing a brother tonight who had a little bit of a medical procedure this week.
Yeah.
Minor.
Nothing major, nothing life-threatening, just a maintenance.
Routine maintenance.
He had to get his oil checked.
Yep.
They had to readjust the cams and set the timing a little bit.
That's right. Had to replace his timing belt.
And he's not here and we miss him, so Toby took some of tonight's post-bourbon meal to him early. But
we do have a new face.
Trent Slaughter, all the way from Germantown, Louisville, Kentucky.
It is an honor and privilege to be here. I drove a whole hour and 15 minutes to have this for Goo and get these speakeasy vibes.
All right.
Oh, you're getting
awesome.
You're getting them.
Let's hammer a bottle here.
Let's hammer a bottle. Bottle number one.
Bottle number one.
Oh my gosh, the color.
While you're talking, I'm going to tell Trent what we're doing.
All three of them.
We do a nose on the bottle.
Yeah.
Then we raw dog it. That means straight out the bottle.
And pour you some in your Karen.
And then you pour it in the Karen. And then you
give it a good
This
sniff.
is scorecard. Pretty self-explanatory.
Okay.
This is bottle 1, 2, and 3.
And if you need some suggested toasty oak flavors.
And you don't have to.
I've got to preface this that I'm not a bourbon guy.
We know.
That's good.
That's good.
This is
I
fun.
like it.
I'm excited.
So the raw dog, we do the raw dog because you're not always going to have a Glencairn vessel or a cup to drink out of.
And it gives you a different perspective.
But you're always going to pour it from a bottle of some sort or another, whether it's a flask or a bottle. So we'll do the raw dog just to give that first taste and smell. And we're going to, I divide mine in half on raw dog and Karen. And then the Karen's going to pop some more flavors in the nose, going to open your palate in the,
We're going this way. Okay.
Oh, wait, what?
No, it's fine.
What?
1,000%.
No, we're good. We're going that way.
Yeah,
Now, I was not a
counterclockwise.
I was not a boucanier today, so no smoking the mustache.
So I will say, dog it, dude. Dog it. I do really like the color of all three of them.
They do. They're very well aged.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree.
But you all know me.
Yeah, I know.
And there's a
They're all
guarantee
very well aged.
there's one of them in there that's going to be over 121 proof.
And there's going to be one that's probably 121 years old.
And there's going to be one that's probably Rip Van Winkle's.
Yeah, no doubt. 121 years old. That's good.
This Jordan likes heat. He doesn't like lower proofs. And this one tastes about mid-90.
Toby's going to light on that one.
I mean, at least get something in there.
This is a bourbon rookie. You call this glass of Karen?
It's a Glencairn.
Actually, if you look at the bottom of it, it'll say.
Actually, right there, you look.
The Glencairn glass.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So it's aromas are gonna just pop at your nose with the clean.
So it gathers the aroma and then acts like a chimney. So we can coach you a little bit when you hit the Glencairn, but just smell it out of the bottle, get what you think.
Dark that is.
I know. Raw dog it just a little, just enough to
The
coat
fact
your palate,
like
and then pour a little bit in your
I've
cup.
seen a few of these.
Earthy.
It is earthy. I'm getting a little bit of licorice, a little bit of spice. It's delicious.
It is
Leather.
very delicious.
And
Leathery.
so what you want to do is kind of give it a swirl in your cup.
Okay.
To coat the sides a little bit and get in
A
contact.
little caramel bomb. action.
Caramel bombage.
Heat it with your hand a little bit, and it's gonna help the aromas come up to your nose. And then when you smell, leave your mouth slightly open. Smell with each nostril.
Marshall, so
The mouth open helps pull in some air through your mouth, and you're not getting a full alcohol hit your nose.
I think I know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Buffalo Trace product.
Oh, so you.
That's beefalo.
I
I
started
got
with
some.
palate,
I got some black
So-
mold.
what we did.
black mold, surely not.
Was,
Maybe out of the shit I brought by
So
yesterday.
that would be under wet nation.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
you want to hold it to the side. You want to
There's random flavors.
So-
But I do get
Marshall-
the caramels are not as strong as that shit we tasted.
That's
Smelled yesterday.
that 1957 Old Forester smelled delightful. Well, and then the
It's kinda
Old
like
Forester
playing
we
music.
drank,
The Old Forester we drank.
You know, that know how to play a lot. Like, we're going to go.
and that old Jim Beam too. I
We're
mean,
going to be like,
man.
two, and you're like, damn.
it's just tried and true. They don't make them like they used
So
to.
don't make it
I
like
guess.
these two.
That's a cheat sheet. Yeah, so that's kind of, you know,
You
that's
might
your
see
nose,
some.
your palate,
Mhm.
what you're tasting.
And
But
if you land on one that, okay, there's a flavor I see. Look at the other colors. You might see some of those too.
got it. He means look at the same colors. Like the tobacco, look over here, you know, look here.
Tobacco, leather, spice.
Yeah,
Fruity, I'm gonna put in a different color.
I like that. It's amazing.
And if honestly, if you keep adding to it, we could be onto something. You could be onto something.
You,
Yeah, we didn't do
we're
shit.
we're on your
Riding your coattails.
footprint. That's right. That's what I was thinking.
I went through and I wrote down from every side I could find descriptions of their flavors, and then kind of categorized them.
So
Yeah.
I use Roman numerals at the bottom, so I do a 1 because, and you can always change it. Because if you like this one better, you do a 1 and then put another 1
Okay.
over here. So that's your second.
I think for my first time doing this, I may do something like that. It's kind of
Yeah. And I mean,
You don't have to do anything at
Yeah,
all
so-
on any of it. Just, you know, like, okay, when you take the second bottle, you're gonna know. I like
Green
the
apple.
first one.
I don't get green apple. That was a wrong slide.
I broke him of green apple.
No, you didn't.
I don't know. Sometimes the cheat sheet is
Too
much.
There's a lot there.
When I put earthy twice.
Well, okay.
Double earth.
What color is earthy?
I get some tobacco. I get like a
Okay.
musty smell.
Earthy.
I do too.
So
That
maybe some
which
ash,
would be earthy.
some
you know,
some wood flavor, some leather, some nutty,
Yeah, I got
Those are
earthy and
meats.
leather.
oil, buttery,
There's oak in it. Yeah, I
little
got
smoke.
double oak, hot spice on the palate.
Dry
Caramel,
finish,
oak,
which means
and
it's
musky.
usually high spice rye.
I could go through with another color and maybe pick out some aromatics like what you smell.
So this is based on
It's
your
science,
palate.
bitches.
This is, I just kind of grouped them the way that I think I would taste them.
Okay.
Similar
Big
categories.
Red, is that a soda?
Fruity flavors like Big Red or
Smell
cream
your
soda.
glass.
Got it.
I got
It's
those all
empty.
in blue.
You're
Fruity
gonna-
flavors are
You're
all
gonna
in blue.
load the glass full of flavors when it's empty. You're gonna pull all the sweets and caramels and
So
the
fruit-
goodness
I'm gonna
out.
tell you what, this is a privilege just to appreciate, right? Because I don't know. This is great just to learn and that.
Yeah.
So proof is your guess, like your proof, and you're not gonna know proof until you start tasting more and more and more and doing this over and over and over. You're gonna be like, have more of a guess of what the proof is.
And I put a few drops of water in after I tasted it.
Yeah.
And
Dittos on.
it helps clarify different flavors. It brings them out.
I do enjoy it. I like the spice. I like the sweetness of it. I like the palate. We'll see how it compares to bottle number 2. Right now, you're just setting a
It's
baseline.
still hot.
You're comparing these 3 And that's it. You're just comparing these three.
They're all completely different, and they could be whatever.
They could be the same manufacturer.
Yeah.
But they're
It's
not
up
the
to him.
same
It's up to
bourbons.
whoever brings. So
Yeah.
if you come back next week, I provide the bourbon, and it's going to be completely different than what.
But the only person that knows is Toby, just like the only person that knows what tonight is me.
That's why I built a little.
Until the end, and then we're going to show them because the audience in the camera can see what we're doing because bottle number one correlates to bottle number one.
Correct. So it's pretty
How many
handy.
people do you fellas get in here that aren't bourbon guys?
Not very good.
Not right now.
You mean that sit
You're
like
the
for the
first.
video?
Yeah.
Like
Probably, yeah.
you're probably. I'd say you're as close
Well, like
to
Kyle
Virgin
Richards.
Mary.
Kyle's not a huge, but I mean, we've had a few guests.
but
A
he's
little
a
bit.
bourbon
In
guy.
the summer,
He,
bourbon
Kyle
guy.
was more of Scotch. He lived in England
Yes,
for a
yes,
while,
yes.
but it just
and
depends.
then
Pass that bottle around. I gotta go use the restroom.
Wait.
And get a palate cleanser.
One or two, because we didn't know how long to make this last.
Oh no, you'd be alright.
Oh, okay.
I'll be back.
one or two. That means one. I hope. I can say that I just really like the color of all three of them.
I like the color of all three of them. as well. I think
They're aged very
I can't
well.
wait to find out what the freaking one is because one
I think
keeps.
it's 90.
Hey, it's more than that.
You think more?
I don't think there's.
It's
one.
hot.
I'm going with that for now, but I think it might be more.
Yeah, I think you're off about 17 or 18.
I think it's pretty well.
I was 90 plus.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't burn.
It's warm.
It didn't
It's
burn.
110 plus. I'll be surprised if it's not. I
Okay.
would be surprised.
Yeah, I mean,
It
I've
did.
been
So
around-
the way that I can tell, or the way that I kind of judge it on the higher proof stuff, I can
Take a
sip
breath.
it and I get the burn, but then when I exhale, if it almost takes my breath away at that point in time, I know it's bottled and bonded graders. So that's it's the only time I ever get that. And Starlight seems to be the where I. for
Trent,
whatever
when you go to
reason-
do this, not to cut them off, they'll have their own
Yeah.
conversation, but when you go to do this, you can just put a little bit on your
Yeah,
lips.
just-
You don't have to take
you
a
don't
full
have to
freaking
take a
swig.
full
with
swig.
the
Yeah,
raw
No,
dog.
I
You don't have to raw dog it at all. We don't give a shit. There's no rules. We're just
Nobody said
No,
anything about her
with like the
legs.
Starlight stuff, the sherry cask and stuff. Yeah, I tell you what, I can take a sip off of that stuff, and it's only 108. But man, on the follow up afterwards, I'm like, son of a bitch, this shit hits like stag. You know, like it's 130 some proof. Just
one thing. Speaking of legs, and this is a little bit off topic, but the freaking legs on that old Forester from the '50s.
that was stupid.
Well, because I took it to Toby's too.
Stupid fact.
I didn't get a taste.
And they're
And
thick.
they were thick.
Not
and
that
they
one.
just-
Okay.
Kind of like how I like
But
one little.
I had
thick,
2 old Foresters from the
hang
50s.
around
but-
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were busy gabbing. I was like,
know,
I gotta get out some
I know,
Marshalls.
I know.
But man, the legs on that 1950s old Forester
Oh man. what
was
a nose.
like,
If they could,
What do you think of the nose?
You know what we're talking
That,
about?
that
Legs?
was
if they could recreate
so
that.
like-
Yes.
When you put a bourbon in
very,
grass
very
and
complex.
it starts to run back down,
Oh.
you'll start to get these little draw lines.
It's unlaced.
Those are called legs.
wow.
So
This
And
was
that
a
has
little
to do
hard.
with the relationship between the alcohol and the water
I'm
in
sure
this and the
reaction
evaporation.
cycle, it's got.
So
access to
when somebody says, man, that bourbon's got nice legs, that's what they're talking about is those little draw lines right there.
break that down and figure
Yeah,
out what
yeah.
that
And it's
roll
going to
down
happen in the
does.
bottle as well.
That's
I
a
mean,
sign of a well-made bourbon.
Do what now?
yeah, him as
Well,
I'd,
So like,
I'd love to have a
swirl
barrel.
this.
Yeah.
Like
What?
I just splashed some bourbon up here.
Uh-huh.
We'll vent
That's probably.
But it'll
I
start
told you
to
there's
form
one here. I
little
guarantee there's one
evaporations.
in the lineup that's more than 120 proof.
Very cool.
Those are the legs.
And what made you think that?
You're going to have a
I know
taller
You
leg.
saw.
I didn't see shit, but
Oh,
I know
I-
you.
okay.
So
He can explain a little
You look
bit.
for that even when you're in your glass or you're swirling.
Yeah, because you can swirl a bourbon and look at it in the neck of the bottle and say, man, those legs are going pretty quick.
now the first
Now
two.
that one doesn't seem as strong on the nose to me.
Well,
Okay, so
get
see,
it on your
that's-
belt.
that's-
That's the beauty of bourbon.
That's where you put in your
Yeah.
nose.
exactly.
So, and it's just what you're smelling, what you're experiencing, and that's what you put in there. It doesn't have to match what we do. For
I've
instance,
been
you
in a while,
got
but this is a well balanced, complex.
So you took the nose out of the bottle, right?
Uh-huh.
Now take a nose off
give it a
this,
swirl first.
swirl it, and then nose it, and tell me if you don't think it's strong.
But those are what you're going to write down in your notes because you're just comparing yourself to yourself. You're doing bottle number 1 against
Right.
number 2 against number 3. It doesn't matter what he likes.
Right.
This is all about what you like.
That's right.
And that's the beauty of bourbon.
I'm not getting anything fruity. I mean, I'm getting complex leather, tobacco, spice.
And see, like, this one's got legs coming all the way
Fat
down.
legs.
See,
She
long
has
legs.
some long legs.
Now, see, you think that one that one's not as hot as the first one.
I think it's hotter.
No, it's not hot.
I think it's hotter.
See, and that's the beauty of it. These two are arguing.
Yeah, me and DT.
Not
It's
arguing,
hotter.
but
No,
one's saying it's not as hot,
yeah.
one's saying it's hotter, one's
Now, if you do the Buffalo Trace guy, you know, he's got
Freddie.
Freddie. Yeah, but he does that with White Dog. He doesn't do it with the actual bourbon. He does it with White Dog so you can smell the different spices in the
But
mash
smell
bill. Smells like Dawn.
Nope.
And
Dawn.
Actually, you don't want to know it.
Dude,
I just like that one. It's not overwhelming. It's, for me,
The second one?
yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Okay.
my nostrils are still.
That
packed
first
up.
one, I was like, I don't know if I can make it through 3. These are, and that's stronger way. So I'm a beer drinker.
Good work.
Miyagi-san.
I really like this thing.
I did too.
Now, bourbon guy, liking number 2.
Yeah. It is very complex.
It's balanced.
It is complex but balanced, and it has. I get a lot of sweetness on the nose of this,
I do. Yes. Yes.
more so than the first one. The first one I get more earthy
But like
type
maple
stuff. But
sweetness, not like
well, and
like-
Marshall
I was
said that
gonna
on
ask
that
you,
first
what-
one it
what
was
kind?
caramel.
What kind of sweetness? You say maple?
Me?
I get maple on this one.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at the legs go all the way up to here.
Not fruitcake, but maybe maple.
You know, when you talk about that, those legs, I find that interesting because beer is more my bag. And you know, talking.
So-
they always talk lacing on the glass with beer.
Yeah, well, lacing. So lacing has to do with proteins in the beer. So I'm a beer guy. I love brewing.
Right.
So like this right here is called lacing. When you have this bubble line that sticks, and you take a drink, and that bubble line stays put.
Yeah.
Your protein is well balanced, and that's the lacing in the beer.
The way I read it, though, no matter what bourbon or beer, the higher quality, there's more lacing around.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
So it's higher proof,
Higher-
not necessarily
okay.
higher quality
Okay.
in the bourbon.
Okay.
But what's crazy is though, so we drank a 1958 Old Forester. All three of us did last night. Crazy legs, and that wasn't. That was an 86. No, that was 100.
It
It
was
was,
like,
So-
it was 100.
But I mean, but my God, they never went away.
They
They're
never-
probably still on your glass that's
Yeah.
turned upside down.
Right.
I picked your Glencairn up this morning and
But
just took a nose off it. Son,
It's good. Yeah.
what I noticed more than anything about last night was how thick, how wide the legs were.
I mean,
and they
they
stuck
were as
around.
wide. They were as wide as a pencil
Yes.
coming
And
down
they
your
stuck
Glencairn.
around forever.
Yeah, they didn't
Like-
dissipate.
I would talk to Jordan for 10 minutes after.
And then the
between-
glass was
and it
still
still-
coated.
I'm like, what?
I'm definitely gonna look for that.
So that's a lot of water. Oh, you're rinsing. I thought you was adding water. So I was like, wow. There's another smell here, and I can't put my thumb on it, and it's familiar to me, but I can't. No, it's a childhood memory. It won't be on this thing.
I didn't put candy corn and licorice.
I'm getting baking spice.
Bacon.
So you'd be like brown spice, brown sugar, allspice.
Yeah, it's on the back end. It's not on the nose or up front. It's,
Yeah, I'm with you on that. After the heat kind
after
of goes
the heat
away.
dissipates, you get
And,
that.
and this was kind of like
So-
it's triggering a medicinal hit, but not.
You're not back to Pepto Bismol, are you?
No, milk of magnesia.
Milk of magnesia. Yeah, that was a
No, it wasn't there. No,
Cod liver oil.
but they're new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we got oil on here. Yeah.
Extra virgin olive.
Ipecac.
What was that red
Oil.
shit that they
Oil.
used to put in wounds?
The what?
The red shit that they used to rub in your guys'
Oh, that's Mercurochrome.
Mercurochrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed it. I missed that.
Iodine, yeah.
I didn't write
Yeah, I
that
got
down,
the-
but I saw it as a flavor.
I got
Yeah,
the
just like stained it.
I got the the whole iodine and just rubbing
I get a
alcohol,
little-
just double bottle rubbing alcohol and iodine on it, and slap a band-aid on it.
I'm really liking it.
Down the gullet.
The whole thing, but switch it around in your mouth. Coat your whole mouth.
Yeah. Look at
And
And
it'll
then let your cup
Well,
set,
look-
and then
look-
come
look
back
at the
to
other
it and smell
side.
it again.
those are in
Oh.
brown.
at first I didn't think that was as
Pepper.
hot as number
Just
one.
a hint of pepper.
You know a good one?
What do you put on your nose?
Two good ones right here are raisins and fig.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying with this bourbon in particular, but there's two things that you don't. That's probably
you don't-
something that's hard for somebody to.
Pick up on.
It's like, God dang it.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is, but
Yeah.
when you see it,
Right.
it'll
yeah.
click.
That's
I
the
like
whole
that.
idea.
I
behind it.
honestly, I hated Thayer 3 weeks ago. I love him now because he made this.
I get cocoa or chocolate.
Oh
on
yeah,
those.
cocoa. Is that on there?
It is right there.
Okay,
Yeah.
me too. I get.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's the same color like
What
your
I
cup.
love about Thayer's thing here is the color coordination
I
and
know.
everything.
Yeah.
Is,
But this is like Toby. He's tucking his boner in his waistband right
you know,
now. he is the spreadsheet king.
He's
He
like,
doesn't go to Dollar General without a spreadsheet.
He's
I'm
like-
telling
now, Doug, that's pretty cool, but if you could just put that in Excel, that'd
you.
no, I like it right there.
Let me ask you this as a bourbon beginner, and I'll need that cheat sheet.
There you
go.
I'd like to
Smell
try
it
to
again.
copy that. How much of the complexities come from actually the barrel?
Most of it.
Most of
Okay.
it is
It's
all of
it's all about the toast. All
it.
right.
Not
All
all
of
of
it,
it,
but
as it
like
ages, the
95%.
longer it
95%.
goes, the more complex.
I mean,
There-
the other
Okay.
complexities.
There's pictures that some people will post of their complexity. Like they'll say, okay, here is what we have, and they'll give you kind of a flavor profile,
It just smells like an oak board.
and it'll hit these different ones.
It smells like you walked into a sawmill cut.
Joe?
Milling red oak.
Now let me,
Not like
I want to say this
red,
before because I've got older, I forget things. They had the Champions Classic Tuesday night. Coach Gates, his last, 2 or 3 college basketball. Calipari got him a bottle of Pappies. Not on what, but I know that those are special, right?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes, yes.
Sure.
Absolutely.
R.I.P.
But you shouldn't chase that when there's so much other good stuff that there's nothing I brought tonight that you can't find.
So I'm gonna throw this out there.
Way easier than you can find that.
Matt Judas says number 1 I'm gonna drink as a mixer. Number 2 I'm drinking neat.
What'd you say?
I said number 1 I'm drinking as a mixer. Number 2 I'm drinking neat.
Okay.
He's doing the Matt
Diet Coke,
That's
baby.
what I forgot. That's what I missed at the beginning of what you said.
Yeah.
Diet Coke, baby.
Diet Coke, baby.
Roadie, babe. Roadie, babe.
Really?
Hey, you're similar to Judah. You don't have no hair on.
Oh, here, man.
You go.
You could be the mini Judah, man. You should be sitting on
Get
the
the
edge.
glasses and a
That
hat.
was a nice
We-
It's right. They might have get rid of it.
Eins,
Yeah,
zwei,
yeah.
drei.
That's what I get.
Red Oak has way more.
So,
room.
but what's weird
weird
is
is
you
you
can't
can't
store where your favorite.
Yeah.
No, but that's
Yeah. According to my notes.
Yeah,
According to your
it's
But-
like
so
so
majority-
majority.
So Cody does it different than
Here.
me. I do it different than
So,
Marshall.
like,
Marshall does
Red
it
Oak
different.
barrels
Look
are
at
dry storage.
Well,
barrels
he
for
provided for
Yeah, I might take me nuts if I
But, like,
provide it.
It has 2
when you
words,
provide it, you
cell
can't really
structure.
provide it
Right.
because
White
it's
oak is
like They're not. They're not.
So
That's my
which do
favorite
you like
from the raw dog.
Two. Very good.
Okay, so put a
Oh,
one on two
okay.
and put 2 hash
But
browns.
I
See like that?
That's good,
See
ain't it?
like
Oh.
oh. And one.
Stop me, stop me, stop me.
Right.
Take all you want.
I feel
Me and Marshall had a very long conversation about this last night. I probably carried out of the back of my car into his house or into his bunker
You like
$5,000 worth of shit last night.
Easily.
And we're sitting around just talking. He's pulling stuff off his shelf, talking. We're uncorking this other stuff carefully, talking.
I gotta put a new
And it's like that's what it's all about.
waffles.
Waffle.
What?
What it's all about is
That
if
is
you
not
wanted
a
to.
correct color code.
Yeah, I was about to say that is not.
If you wanted to fill this
That
up out
brown.
of that bottle, I wouldn't care because that's what we had a conversation
Yep,
about this
we
last
had
night. That's
back
what it's
conversation.
all about.
We are enjoying this among
This is
friends.
great.
Absolutely.
Hey, if anything is yellow, you
Okay.
throw it out.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
wet dog.
shoe polish, wet dog.
So
Gasoline.
Number one, who the fuck is eating or licking shoe polish or a wet dog?
Have you never tasted something and said, who spilled the shoe polish in this?
No,
Really?
I have.
no.
You've
Yeah.
had a
I've
wonderful-
polished
I
a
know what
shitload
you're
of
talking
shoes,
about,
but
yes.
I've never tasted shoe polish in any food product.
it tastes like what shoe
No.
polish smells.
The nose on this side don't like it as much.
Really?
It's just like me.
This has my favorite.
It
notes.
would be. So if you taste mink oil, then it would be in the green.
Which mink oil tastes, I would imagine. I've never
Or-
tasted mink oil, but it would be like a sour, like lard or something. Like
Okay. So that would be your green line
Scared.
here.
That's hot.
That's hot. That's hot, dude.
Put that on a cracker.
Put that on. Where's my cracker assistant, dude?
This is incredibly smooth, but the heat doesn't come until later.
No, on the nose, though, you don't know it's hot. I don't think.
No, you don't.
You swallow this
Just
and
hit
it's
it.
like smooth, delicious. And then all of a sudden, oh,
No,
there's cheese there.
and
There's some great legs there too.
How is World War III?
You're not blushing right now. Okay.
proof is 175.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's Everclear. That's Everclear with food coloring.
Finish this here part of me.
I like the way that one leaves you. So I like the heat.
I like the way you're talking.
I like how it lingers.
I like how you're talking.
And see, now you're
It's
in the
not a
same
bad
camp
heat.
as me. Like
It's not a bad heat. It's a good heat.
yeah,
So-
that's what I look for. I look for a good heat. And sometimes I'll get it off of 108 proof. Sometimes I'll get it off of 130 proof. Hell, sometimes I'll drink something that's fucking bottled in bond that has a good
Right,
heat.
has a good, like a pepper spice to it, white pepper.
That heat, though, travels. It's like the back of your throat.
Yeah,
Real
travels.
See, now you're talking our language.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, it's good. What's that over in Vietnam? Well, that's a different thing.
Napalm.
Napalm.
We asked Ronnie Taylor
It
about that.
smells like victory.
Yeah. Freaking
Ask the city.
America right there.
And victory's
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. Yesterday when I got out of my car, 3 miles down the road, I passed it coming in. Of course, you can't hear anything unless you have the windows down. Is the outdoor range? Well, when I got out, I got my backpack, my laptop, and I hear it. And I was like, how?
God bless America.
Yeah, I was like, how can I not like where I work? I mean, I was just like,
When you work there.
yeah, when I do go.
When you do attend.
Yeah, it was just really cool.
You have seen that video where somebody cuts a watermelon with a machine gun.
No.
You haven't?
No.
Oh my god.
We'll pull it out right now.
To me, it's a lot stronger out of the glass than it is the bottle.
That's because all your
It's all
everything's getting
pushing
Yeah.
up.
yes.
I love
You get
this
all
stuff.
those smells, all those flavors
Yeah.
at the very end.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's what's so cool about these
This-
glasses.
This is so much better than that double oak Jim Beam.
Oh, it is. I will
Oh.
say, it's, even though I call it napalm, it is way better than the Jim Beam double oak.
Well, that doesn't take much.
I mean,
I like that stuff. Right?
yeah, I do too.
I mean,
But this is good.
for a $20 bottle of
Yes.
it's not bad.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. It is not bad.
This is not.
This is not a $20 bottle of
No, it is not. This is. Oh my God. Mwah.
I mean,
It isn't napalm, though. I mean, you want some napalm? I got napalm.
alright, so,
Like
Okay.
Marshall probably
You
has
got
literal
you got
napalm.
napalm, but you never heard of shoe polish. Really? Come
You know, he's
napalm.
only pulling napalm.
on. Napalm.
yeah, I think I had
I mean,
something
this
turned
isn't
around.
this isn't
Okay, so
Jack
napalm, you're
Daniel's
talking about a
barrel
burn that
proof
just stays there.
133.
So, the burn did happen, and
Yeah.
it did stay.
I do have some,
But-
yeah.
But maybe I took. I'm
Mine
overly
continues to burn
excited.
too, but I'm
way
liking
too
it.
much napalm in my mouth.
It's just like when this is like seeing an uncle you've not seen for 3 years, and he gives you the hug that just doesn't hit.
that little creepy hug that you get.
Creeps
on
down to
that.
your butt.
A little creepy hug.
Creeps down to your butt just a little bit. Makes you a little uncomfortable.
This one hangs around like that. Just a little too long.
Hey, didn't I put hang time on there?
Hang
now,
time.
now you know why. There you go. Uncle Hang Time.
Uncle fucking
It's just totally
Fester.
different how that glass is.
And this is why we do what we do.
Yeah,
And I've had bourbons that
I'm glad you're saying that.
Well, I
Yeah,
appreciate
me
it.
too.
It's just learning.
Me too. Me too.
So,
I've had bourbons that
Did anybody get
straight
it
out of
right
my
now?
house I absolutely freaking love,
Sorry, Dennis.
and I pour it in a
Liquor's
Glen
like
Cairn, and I'm like,
Okay.
Yes,
It's
I'm gonna dump
its
that
own
shit in my Diet Coke,
Okay.
and I'm not sure I'm gonna like it in my Diet
Anise,
Coke.
anise.
But then I go back to the bottle
Okay,
and I
I
hit
see.
it off the bottle, and I'm like,
Oh,
this
sure,
shit's
man.
pretty good again.
I'm still getting heat out of this.
I'm still
But
in too.
I like
It lingers.
it. It hurts so good.
I get
I
get a
too much.
freaky weird mint out of it. Not green
Okay.
apple, but a mint.
Mint and blue. Mint and blue.
Mint and blue, so you're more eggnog, fruitcake, coffee.
Yes,
Yeah.
I get that eggnog.
There you
Yes,
go.
I get that.
There you go.
Honestly, I fucking love this.
Okay, wait a minute.
This is like my favorite day of the week. No
The
bullshit.
bottom right,
Oh, it's
blue,
bite
bite
me.
me.
Fight me. How does your throat feel right now?
Bite me.
There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
bite me. Linger on, bite me.
It feels like COVID.
I feel
Oh,
like
it hurts.
this
Power of suggestion, eggnog.
this liquid cures Coke.
Wouldn't that be something?
I thought that was
So he
free.
latches on.
Did we all become honorary doctors if we cure COVID at Speakeasy Pizza?
There you go.
Hey, all we gotta do is take ivermectin. Yeah.
That's
Ivermectin. Yeah, for your horseworms.
Horse.
Yeah.
So-
Horseworm.
Is everybody somewhat settled on?
Not really yet.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right. I don't
Oh, I
care.
got
You want to
mine.
revisit something? Revisit it. I don't
good.
care.
This is just so extravagant.
I know. Don't. We need to laminate this.
No, I'm gonna put.
But
it
the
on
problem is
website.
he's going to keep changing it every damn
No.
week.
No,
Well, you've been writing on it.
Hey, I can laminate that tonight, and you can't change it a bit.
Well, I'm gonna put it on the back side of this because this is mine, but then I can add it to this, and then we can just flip it over.
No, I'm just saying, like, if we want to keep, because I really enjoyed this, like
I do
what
too.
Thair's put together.
I do too. 1,000%.
But obviously, look at all the handwritten notes he's made just tonight.
Science, bitch.
Science bitch.
Oh,
Okay.
he's writing in on his cheat.
I
Yeah,
miss,
it's
I
not-
miss wet basement and waffles.
So,
Basement and waffles.
Yes.
Is there musty on there?
Must. Why? That's wet basement.
wet basement.
You have no wet dog on there either.
Wet
He's
basement.
got wet
No,
dog.
he
He's
does.
got wet dog right
Wet
here.
there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do. There you go.
Cody gets it.
Did you get wet dog on that last one?
Yes.
No way. No way.
Are you serious?
No way.
What else would I call it? It's there. Wet dog. Nose.
No.
Man,
did implement a few different ones.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Oh yeah. 3, 2, 1.
So yeah, everybody got their rankings.
Yeah,
Trent,
I'm ready.
Trent, do you at least know which ones you preferred, like in what order?
I think I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ranked.
Let's
Yeah.
we want to reveal or do we want to
No, you don't want to reveal yet. You want to go around the table and everybody give their last impression and their guesstimate
So
of what
you don't
it
have
might
a choice
be.
in this.
There goes Cody.
So I'm gonna speak for Matt Judah right now.
All roadies, babe.
All these are mixing with a Diet Coke. They're gonna be fantastic. Number 2, I'm drinking neat, and that's where I'm at.
Yep.
For me,
Thanks,
personally,
Matt.
as Cody, number 2 is my top pick. Number 1 is my 2, and number 3 is my 3. I'll drink any of them neat, actually. I might drop an ice cube in number 3 and see where that brings me,
I
but
didn't do that.
I'm empty right now. But that's where I'm sitting. So I have number 2 is number 1, number 1 is number 2, number 3 is number 3. Adam Marshall.
I had number 3, and I'm going to adjust here.
And I got my proof set, so
Number
we can
3 is
address
what?
Number 3 is number 1.
Okay.
Number 1 is number 2, and then number 2 is my third choice.
I knew Marshall's number 1 would be number 3. I knew that.
You knew that.
I had a feeling.
So you knew
I've got-
that number 3 would be his number 1.
I had a feeling it would be.
Okay.
I'm interested in why number 3 is because it's my favorite single.
Well, you know, just
that is my word.
And theirs.
the palate, the amount of heat in it. I like the spice level to it. I don't think it's super high proof like everyone else. I think it's maybe just barely over 100, 102, 107. You know, just overall good bourbon. I'm drinking all of them neat, but like I always say, everything mixes with Diet Coke. I don't care if it's fucking Pappy Van Winkle. We'll go into Diet Coke because I want it to.
They will all work in Diet Coke, so I do not
But you
like
don't do
Diet
that.
Coke.
But
So,
no,
They
I
will all work in a Coke.
and
Regular
to clarify,
Coke, yes.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't ruin Pappy Van Winkle unless I'm wanting to stir up the internet with Diet Coke.
Yeah.
But
Completely shut
I
down.
have dumped Pappy Van Winkle in Diet Coke before, just for the record. But no, that's me. Number 3 is my top pick. I like it. I think it's just over 100 proof. Number 2 I thought was the hottest. I thought it come in right at 119, 120. Number 1 I thought was like 109 proof, 112 proof. So
We're pretty close.
yeah. So
Okay.
that's it. Trent,
Trent?
you're new.
Yeah.
New
You
guy.
don't know what to do.
That's what
so
I don't know what to do. I'm learning on the
Just
fly.
tell us your favorites. 1,
What's
2
your
favorites.
It was a toss-up between 2 and 3, but I think it was 3. I thought it was
3 was your number 1.
3 was my number 1. I thought it was for me just tasting the most complex. The burn was good. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I loved something hot, and for me it moved on down the line. Number 1 was 3, number 2 2, 3 1. But like I said, I'm learning.
Yeah.
This
There you go. And it's not a learning thing; it's what you like.
Yeah,
That's what's
Yeah.
beautiful.
I
about
like
it.
that. I
Yeah.
like that last one. Maybe that was just because.
Number 3
Yeah.
might be a high ride.
I love my rice.
All right. So for the first time ever, period, ever, I agree with Cody.
I hate this motherfucker every other day.
I hate this
No, I
guy
don't
6
hate
other
it.
days of the
I
week.
don't hate him, but I'm right there with him. Number 2 is my number 1.
Yeah.
Just like Cody. I got some, what I put there? Granny Smith green apples.
No green apple in my notes.
Yeah,
Okay.
cinnamon. Number 2, I really like number 2. I thought it was a little hot. Thought it was about a 120.
I had one away.
My number 2 is the number 1, just like Cody. I thought it was about a 95. I like it. Good stuff. The number 3, it could have been
I think it went down. I think it went down the wrong tube.
Let's go again on that.
Well,
We certainly can.
no. So number 3 is my number 3. I'm gonna stand with it. Napalm, World War III.
I don't have Nick.
on the nose, I thought it was pleasant. Spice, pepper, caramel. Normally on the hotter stuff, I like it on the nose.
It may not even be.
But I thought on the proof it was about a 183.
Just shy of straight corn.
We set a new world record.
Okay.
Straight out of the barrel.
I love them all. I mean, I can't say this is my least favorite, but this was my favorite, and then this one, and then this one was my third favorite. I'm not going to call it my least favorite.
So 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Is that
And
the first one?
Complete opposite.
I love this stuff.
No,
there you go.
No, that's right. That's why I went 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Yeah.
It just had a complexity to it, and it was just I don't know what you do in flavors to balance them, but whatever they did, this stuff is well balanced. I loved it. Yeah, it had all the flavors that I craved, and it had them in the right proportions.
All right. This is perfect because everybody went around, they did their thing. Now,
Let's see what we're dealing
Now
with.
let's see the reveal.
Let's see what we're
this has
shaking.
been the best one yet. This has been the best.
Now,
one
I want to say this. I have had this in my mind for weeks
I bet you have.
of what I've wanted to do.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
One of them's a French Lick, one of them's a Buffalo Trace.
So
Right?
what? So
There's a
I no listen. So
Buffalo Trace.
I originated this blind thing, and it got completely scrapped. It didn't. You'll never see it. Nobody will ever see it.
Whatever.
It got completely scrapped due to technical difficulties,
Yeah.
and we had such a blast on that first one.
But we've had a blast.
No. I'm getting there. We've
Yeah.
had, that set the precedence for everything beyond that, and it's
Here, and then here.
turned into an
Awesome thing.
awesome thing.
Absolutely.
But right there after that first one, when
The brown bag.
I died inside because it didn't get recorded, I was like, I know what I'm doing for my next one if we continue this. And so that's what I did. And
Number 1.
Without further ado,
okay, I'll go ahead and tell you this. There's nothing here under 130 proof.
Really?
Well, that's well hidden stuff.
Okay.
I told you this.
Let's
It's
show
not
it.
in there, but-
I knew there was some.
So, and Marshall, so I was kind of, me and Marshall have some similarities and things like that. So, and I know he was calling Buffalo Trace. He didn't call the right one Buffalo Trace.
Number 3 Stag Junior.
He didn't call the right one Buffalo Trace. He said, I think you said first one was Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, I know.
All right, here's number 1.
Number 1.
This is great too because there's just
I was loving it.
number 1 is a Jack
Daniel's
Daniel's
barrel
single
proof.
barrel proof,
Yep.
Barrel proofs.
which they've seen it all along. So I don't need to.
something.
What is that one?
132.3.
Okay, so stick
Oh
around.
my God.
That was
Yeah,
my
you
number
say?
2 pick, 132.3.
Okay, they've seen it. Let us see it.
Hold on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She wants to.
Actual.
When I said 95, you said you need to add like 19 to that.
Yeah.
No, I needed to add
17.
42.
He said like 17, and that may have been on the second one. But let's see, number 2. Number 2, which is very good, is a Elijah Craig barrel proof. This is the highest of the bunch, 100 and basically 137.
Is that the A120? What?
That's
Nope,
137.
C919,
Is that's 137?
136.8. So
What did I?
I'm gonna round up.
Number 3. Did I just take a weird?
You may have.
And the last one is Stag Junior at 131.1. So
It was 131 what?
131.1.
That's batch 16.
I like to know that Elijah Craig was my number 1.
Or no, batch 50.
So there were
Yes.
a couple of different things. So Marshall calling out a Buffalo Trace product, yes, he actually called number 1 as one. It wasn't, obviously, but
This is 3.
that's number 3, yes.
JR.
Now, that's a bottle you can find, Doug. It's not the easiest one in the world. Retail, it's about $70.
Yeah,
Second-
60,
second-
70.
Secondary
this
market,
is a
you're going to pay
single barrel
200 to 250.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
It's an attainable higher end Buffalo Trace.
But okay,
So you
so
had this pick
so-
weeks ago.
a long time ago, and so you want to talk ages. This is 4 to 6.
Yep.
This is 12.
Yep.
And this is 8 to 9.
I think each
I'm not familiar with this stat. Where is this from?
It's made from
Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace. Okay.
So Buffalo Trace has got a line of bourbons that
I've actually been there.
are kind of like their.
But I'll tell you
their
what,
flagship.
if this can be if this is from 4 to 6, it's, and you know,
Yeah.
hell, you've got 2 bottles of it too, maybe different batches, but it's so good. It's $60.
Yeah. It's
Well,
a-
they actually all are. So that's
they
another
all-
thing.
Yeah.
Every one of these at retail is about $65.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
$59 to $69.
Yeah.
That's
So they're and I didn't even really realize that until right now.
Yeah.
But
They're
they
all-
are all right at the same
They're-
price point.
They're all a sub $80 bottle.
They're hot as a mother, but they're
100 pink.
hot. They're
Wow.
hot, but
Delicious.
But different.
My number
Yeah.
1 was the hottest.
So as far as
Elijah Tree.
proofing,
I love them all, but you know,
I had number 3 as the hottest.
and that's
Dude,
not
I
number
did
2
too.
is the hottest.
Yeah.
Number 2's the
I
hottest.
had number
Number
1
3 is
as the second hottest.
Yeah.
And number 2
At
as the third.
131 proof. It's the least hot.
So
I
kudos.
I had
to those.
115 as my hottest. Yeah.
I was at number 1 is 110, number 2 is 108, and number 3
I mean,
is 115.
You've got to know if and again, if you know me, I won't bring anything less than 4 years old to the table.
Yes.
And
You know that.
And I knew that everybody would think he's going to bring a hot one, but I didn't think anybody would think he would bring 3.
Oh,
No,
shit.
no.
You
This,
got us on that.
this was on
This
the
was
list.
like the last dab. Every time.
I got the
freaking-
last step.
I
Well,
saw
you
it.
bring
I don't even want to think about it.
You bring
Why?
3
It's good.
that are over 130. That's
I can bring
This was on that
So-
weeded bourbon.
that's.
I'm going to drink them as a mixture with Diet Coke.
Thanks, Matt.
Wow.
This was on that list
Matt
of
missed
weeded
a good one.
bourbons
Matt
where
was the good
where
one.
they were saying, what is it with Pappy Van Winkle? It's a weeded bourbon. And then they listed a bunch of other weeded bourbons. This was among them.
So, I mean, here you go. I just, again, you go on and on. This is by far the hardest one of the 3 to find.
Yes.
But still, they're all attainable, affordable. They're really good, and it shows that. I mean, you don't have to go out and chase a freaking unicorn to
No,
get
Yeah.
good stuff. Like you just don't.
you're not out there chasing a bottle of Weller single barrel like that.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, but we went over that last night. You're doing it not to just sit up there until you freaking die 50 years from now.
Oh, no.
You're doing it so that we can all enjoy it.
We're all going to enjoy it. We're going to crack that bitch open.
Yeah.
We're going to piss off the world whenever we crack open,
A whole Weller
a
vertical.
whole Weller vertical one night on here live
Barrel.
for the world.
A wrong barrel.
But so yeah, I wanted to do something like
I hope you hate it too. I hope it tastes like cow piss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope
Cow
I
piss straight out of the lost.
Now I will say
But I'll be
this:
the only motherfucker
Out of
who
the
can
bunch,
say I got a bottle of it.
out of the bunch, out of these 3, the only one Cody can hates this one because it's the only single barrel.
There we go.
Yeah, that's all.
And it's not bourbon.
And I don't.
It
It's
is.
not. It's not that I hate a single barrel. I hate the idea of a single barrel because you can't replicate it.
He hates it because this one's different than the other two Marshall has at his house.
So, because both of mine are different batches as well.
Yes, and that's what I hate about it because you can't
And I
find
did
that
it
honey barrel
intentionally.
that is very good. I don't hate the bourbon.
No
I don't hate
replication.
the craftsmanship. I don't hate any of that. But that single barrel that you're going to get, say 150 bottles out of it.
It's
Those 150 bottles
one
are
and
going to be
done.
very good, but you will never get those again. And that's what I hate about it.
But one thing I did think was crazy was, so you've got, this is 4 to 7, that's 12, that's like 8 or 9. The color on all of them are really
They're
dark.
fantastic. Yeah.
They're all
I
good.
absolutely love
And
going
yeah.
into it.
I thought it was a pretty dang good flight.
No,
applaud you.
thank you so much. I love it.
Well,
Hey, what we eating tonight?
What are we eating tonight?
Little
Burgoo.
Kentucky burgoo.
Goes right along with
What
bourbon.
is burgoo?
Goes right along with bourbon.
Burgoo is like a Brunswick stew from deeper in the south, but it's true to Kentucky, just like bourbon.
Just like a mint julep.
Well, sort of.
And there's a craftsmanship that goes into burgoo.
There is.
Kind of like there is.
And he's been working on this shit for a week.
it's been, I feel
It's
like
been a
he's
minute.
been working.
He
on
stirred it with an excavator.
He did. He did.
No,
I
hope
saw the
everybody
pictures.
likes it. It's my burgoo. I've added another meat to the mix. I'm just hoping everybody likes it.
Let's go try some.
Okay, so I guess that wraps it up.
Bourbon tonight was
This week.
fantastic. Burgoo,
Bourbon
we're
fingers.
fixing
About
to
to find
sell.
out.
So thank you guys.
We start with
Speakeasy
speakeasy fingers, and then at the end of the video, does it turn into bourbon fingers?
Love you guys. Speakeasy after hour bourbon signing off.
Signing off.
Talk, guys.